Good morning, good people, good humans. Today is Friday. Friday, everyone. Friday, October 25th, 2024. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Here we are in Pahrump, Kentucky, east of Death Valley and west of Sin City, up in the mountainish, but not really area, at about 2,700 feet up. So about 700 feet above Las Vegas. So right around the top of the stratosphere is where we are. And it's getting cooler. It's 48 degrees. Me. Okay, it's getting... But again, here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help you on your journey through this life. And it is a journey, it is a destination. It's what happens after we transition, a less scary word than die, after we die. So we prepare you for that, or give you the tools for the journey so that you are best prepared for the destination and get to the destination you want. If you want to get to, for example, Disneyland, you might be happy to make it to Magic Mountain, but it's not going to be the same. So if you want to get to Disneyland, and you should want to get to Disneyland, let's do that. You should want to get to Disneyland. The idea is to actually get to Disneyland, ready to go. What a bevy. I'm back, bevy. That could be your thing. I'm back, bevy, just like Wada. Okay. So we're here to help on that journey. How do we do it? One, community. Being here, showing up every day. Two, building better habits. Repetition. We are creatures of habit. We are able to do things on a non-conscious level like every other creature. We tend, though, to think we don't accentuate that. We don't focus on our ability or develop our ability to do things non-consciously. Like what, man? Like driving a car while you're talking, eating a sandwich, doing all the things we do when we drive because we can do that. How about walking? We walk unconsciously. We're not thinking about walking. We might be thinking about how we get there. We only think about walking when it becomes necessary. So we need to accentuate that. Repetition. Get good at doing the thing. Discipline, yes. So the third thing is, and most important, is the worksheet, which is down below on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on our webpage, lovethyneighbor-envy.com. Right? So if you love your neighbor, you can't have envy. So lovethyneighbor-envy.com. And those are letters, envy letters, the letters like for Nevada or for envy. We kind of do these clever little name things like novum-u. Novum-u, what is that? Novum means new you. Hey, it's a new you. You're a new you. What is backwards? You move on. Move on. Keep going. If you find yourself marching through hell, keep going. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. Our theme for today is, what is our theme for today? Yes, what's your intuition quotient? What's your intuition quotient? Interesting. What is your intuition quotient? But before we talk about that, we'll let that kind of percolate through your system. Now that it's coffee season, I get to have my Mark Rowland special mocha, electric mocha machine. Mocha. What are you, a Jamocha? Are you a Jamocha? Okay, advice from an 80-year-old. When someone hugs you, let them be the first to let go. Right, I had that experience yesterday when I had the good fortune of going to Camp Canine. I was thinking about moving in there. No, not really. People who are there to help us with women who have animals. What? That's a lot of good one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, now tell me, Wadabebi, how are things in Fort Jacks? So I was at Camp K9. I had the great pleasure of getting 2 wonderful hugs. Hugs that make you feel that you are cared for. Right. Good morning, Diana. I hope Matt gets here because I have some mail for Matt. Ooh. I sent him the link. Good. Okay. So what else we got? What else we got on our hit parade? On our hip parade. Our hip parade. When you get into a pickle, say, Edward, wait for it. Wait for it. Just breathe. Wait for it. Or you got yourself into this mess. Let me get you out. It comes from within, right? Boom. It is not called pantheism. It's panentheism. Panentheism. God is in all things. Panentheism. A Jesuit, St. Ignatius idea. Speaking of ideas, Stoicism, Ryan Holiday talks about character, building character in your kids. 4 key virtues: courage, discipline, justice, wisdom. What, Abevi and Diana, could you text me your addresses, please? Because I'm thinking about sending you one of these. This is Strategy. Seth Godin. Bonk. I have 7 of them. And I realize they don't do much good when they're sitting on my shelf. Right? So text me your addresses, please, so I can get these mailed out to you. Okay, we're 8 minutes in. What is your intuition quotient? What does that mean, your intuition quotient? Let's think about that for a second. What is your intuition quotient? I don't know either because I just made that up. Because it sounded better, right? Okay. What is your intuition? So we're going to go down to Seth Godin. Seth talks about that. Intuition. Intuition is simply a theory we haven't yet put into words. Once we write down and share our intuition, it becomes more resilient, focused, and useful to others. Right? Intuition is simply a theory we haven't yet put into words. Worms, Roxanne, worms. What? Yeah, and so that's kind of the scary thing. Wadabebi didn't get any feedback from you on this. Bonk. That was sent out. That was published, posted, sent to the professor. I expect to hear something next week, and it's one of those Jerry Maguire moments when he put his mission statement into words, distributed to everybody, and then said, "Oh my God, what have I done?" Oh, so we'll see what happens. I could get a message back saying, are you sure you want to be a Christian pastoral minister? Are you sure you're in the right place? So we shall see. Panentheism. Unfortunately, I hadn't gotten to this book. This is our main textbook. About 700 pages. Good stuff. Heavy stuff. I'll just put that here for now. Boom. Okay. What is your intuition quotient? Okay, let's look at other red letter things down below. Darren Hardy. How to ignite good fortune in your life. Yeah, that was good. Seth Godin, good. TED Talk. Oh, Derek Sivers. Okay, this is the end of week 3. So again, ship, journey, destination, why, how do I build the ship? So I've got to think of, I want it to be big enough for a great journey. So I need it to be big enough for that. Number 1, has to be strong. Needs sails, because I can't depend upon fuel. I need sails. I need a good rudder system so I can navigate. I can navigate well. I can go against the wind. I can go against the current. I need a good rudder system, good steering system. I need a big hole below deck where I have my kitchen, my sleeping quarters, a room where we can have our meetings and talk and do whatever, dining room, and where I can store the treasures, especially store the things I accumulate, because it doesn't do any good if you go on these great journeys or adventures and you get these things and, oh man, I can't take them with me. No, you got to be able to bring these things with you. And then, of course, the whole has to be strong. The whole has to be strong, because if everything else fails, the rudder breaks, the sails, the masts snap, there's problems below deck. If the whole is tight, I can drift and pray that somebody comes along or something good happens. Those 4 things associate with the 4 key parts of life. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Physical is the sails. They enable us to navigate from here to there. For us, it's our body, right? That enables us to navigate. You want to take care of your body. You want to be able to navigate well. Yes, Heather, I will. This is about strategy, but the question is, what is the strategy? What is the strategy? Aha, the strategy has to do with the destination. Everybody gets to choose their own destination. But there is compelling evidence that we have a transcendent soul that is through real experiences after death. And the most interesting real experiences after death are, what is that? Okay, the most interesting real experiences after death are experiences of people who are born blind. So when they have no neural activity, no fixed dilation, no gag reflex, nothing's happening, no neural activity, they bring them back to life after maybe 5-10 minutes, and they say, here's what I saw. Well, blind people don't have images. People born blind don't have images in their brain. They can't describe things that people who can see. So there's evidence that we have a transcendent soul. Boom. And there's good evidence that the Shroud of Turin is actually the burial cloth of the Creator incarnate. So the question is, how do we spread the word? How do we get the message out there? That's the strategy. Okay, but anyway, moving right along. moving moving right along. What else we have on our hit parade? Character. Let's talk about character. So Ryan Holiday talks about character. You want to have good kids? Just have them, teach them good character. Courage, discipline, justice, and wisdom. Courage, discipline, justice, and wisdom. All right. So back to our ship, our boat, to take us on this journey where there's pretty strong evidence that we have a transcendent soul. Where we go, nobody knows, but if the Shroud of Turin is the burial cloth of Jesus, and the only things that are known for sure, everybody agrees on, it's at least 700 years old. A, B, it's not created by an artist. There's no painting on it, nothing like that. And we cannot replicate it. We cannot do it. So you have this thing that's 2,000 to 700 years old. We can't replicate it. But what if it is the burial cloth of Jesus? What does that mean for us? What if the Creator incarnate did come down and his message, of course, if you just look at the red letter stuff in the Gospels and the Bibles, it is compatible with all other great spiritual beliefs. It is compatible with Buddhism, compatible with Hinduism. In fact, where are most Jesuit universities in the world? So there's about almost 130 Jesuit universities across the world, throughout the planet. Where are most of them? Wada Bevi should know the answer, and she does. Bang, right out of the gate. India. There's twice as many Jesuit universities in India as there are in the United States. And most of them are named Xavier. Xavier. Why? Francis Xavier, one of the founders of the Jesuits. Okay, so 1727 in, boat, ship, build, strong. If everything else fails, we've got our faith. But this is the end of week 3. Derek Sivers, How to Create a Movement, in the worksheet down below. Quick little thing. Wraps up this week, because we could have the best boat, we could be the best captain, have the best skills, have the best sailing conditions. Everything can be great, but if we don't have a crew, if we don't have the right crew, we're not going to make it. Yes, I do. I was more 2020 vision, yet Diana Crowley cut. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Do you see the chat? Yes, I do. I see Heather Culbertson here. I wonder if that's the Culbertson from Carnegie Mellon. Well, that's the male, the man. Anyway, this is the end of week 3. Outside My Skull-Sized Kingdom. She's from my PHP. Nope. Okay. Nope. All right. Okay, Heather. You have a great last name. Sophie wanted to change her last name to Cadwallader. Not really. Okay, you could have the best crew, the best, everything great, but you don't have the right. So this week, it's how do we get people? Derek Sivers sums it up. You got to start as a lone nut, but you have to find your first followers. Find your first followers, and then you become a leader. And the first follower copies the leader and brings in more people. So the strategy is, how do we help more people not go to jail, prison? How do we help more people on their journey through this life, heading to a destination? But we're out of time, people. Thank you for being there, as always. LOL, heart, Shivas and Shalom. Remember, keyword for the weekend, Shivas and Shalom, Scotch and peace. Okay, and cut. Okay, bonk.